And hello. Today we'll be looking at dividing in a given ratio. So you should have already been introduced to ratios and you should understand what a ratio actually is. And we also previously looked at simplifying ratios and changing ratios. So make sure that you're comfortable with all that before looking at this lesson. So to demonstrate what I'll be talking about, here's an example. So we're looking at a music concert and the demographic of the music concert. So the ratio of males to females in the crowd at a rock concert is 5:4. Now remember, when we were talking about ratios before, we always start left to right. So in this case, 5:4. The 5 is talking about the males. Ta, so the two dots, females, which is talking about the 4. Now, again, when we were learning about what ratios actually are, this means that for every 5 males in the crowd, there would be 4 females. So think about it. If I took 10 males, how many females would there be? Well, there'd be 8, because I'm doubling the males, so there'd be double the females. So if there's 10 males, there'd be 8 females. Anyway, the question is, there are 360 males in the crowd. How many females are there? So the ratio of males to females is 5:4. And we have to find out, well, okay, how many times bigger is 360 compared to 5? So we were looking at 5:4. Now we're looking at 360 is to what? So we're changing the ratio. We're not simplifying, we're not making it small, but we're changing it. So we're making this 5 to 360. So what did we do? Remember, we can multiply or divide 5 by anything. Well, 5 times 72 is 360. Now you're probably wondering, well, how did I get 72? Well, 360 divided by 5 is 72. Okay, so 5 times 72 is 360. Whatever I do to the 5, I have to do to the 4. So remember, we're looking for how many females. So there's 360 males, how many females? Well, I have to do the same thing to the 4. So 4 times 72, well, that's going to be x. So 4 times 72 is equal to 288, which is x. So the ratio of males in the crowd, if it was 360, it would be 300 females in the crowd. It would be 360 males to 288 females. Okay, a bit of a different example now, and we haven't really seen this kind of question before. There are 40 chocolates in a selection box. There are milk chocolates and dark chocolates in the box with a ratio of 2 to 3 respectively. Okay, so there's 40 chocolates in the box. So you imagine you get your Cadbury selection box, there's 40 chocolates. There are milk and dark chocolates in the box with a ratio of 2 to 3 respectively. Now the word respectively just means, go back to the start of the sentence, what's the arrangement? Milk and dark chocolates. So it would be milk would be respect to the 2, dark chocolates would be the 3. Remember, left to right. So this means for every 2 milk chocolates, there are 3 dark chocolates. So the question is, how many milk chocolates are there? How many dark chocolates are there? So for every 2 milk chocolates, there's 3 dark chocolates. That's fine. But we are told there are 40 chocolates altogether in the box. So how will we do that? So the ratio of milk to dark is 2:3. We know that. But think of it like this. So if I take out 5 chocolates, if I took out 5 chocolates, and I'll explain why I pick 5 in a second. How many of those chocolates will be milk and how many will be dark chocolate? Well, 2 of them will be milk chocolate and 3 of them will be dark. Now, why is that? Remember, for every 2 milk chocolates, there's 3 dark chocolates. So if I picked out 5, well, 2 of them would be milk, 3 of them would be dark. Now, why did I pick 5? You'll notice 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. And that's why I did it. I picked 5 because 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. And another way of thinking about this is that 2/5 of all the chocolates will be milk. 3/5 will be dark. So I picked 5 there. If I picked 10 chocolates, well, 2/5 of 10 will be milk chocolates, and then 3/5 of 10 will be dark chocolates. So how do you get these probabilities or kind of fractions? Well, I just said, okay, 2 plus 3, we're going to be working in fifths. So think about fifths as in I'm taking out 5 chocolates. Then how many of those chocolates will be milk? Well, 2 of them would be milk, 2 out of the whole 5. So the probability would be 2/5. Then I'll look at the dark part. Well, how many of the 5 will be dark? Well, 3/5 will be dark. Okay, so we know that if I take out any amount of chocolates, 2/5 of them should be milk, 3/5 of them will be dark. So then the question is, how many milk chocolates are there in the whole 40 chocolates and how many dark chocolates are there? Well, all I have to do is find what's 2/5 of 40? 16. So 16 chocolates out of the whole box are milk chocolate. Then I have to find 3/5 of 40. Well, that'll be 24. So 24 chocolates out of the whole box are dark. So if you are given a certain amount of items and you're told, oh, well, the ratio of one particular item compared to another particular item is this, what you do is you find the probability of that item being picked. So that'll be 2/5, or the proportion of that item in the actual box, the same thing. How do I get this proportion? Well, I say, okay, the ratio is 2:3. That means I'm going to look at 5. Why do I pick 5? Because 2 plus 3 is 5. So I'm saying if I pick out 5 things, I'm expecting 2 of them to be one certain topic, and then 3 of them to be another certain topic. So then I'd say, okay, well, what's the proportion? 2/5 of them would be milk, or whatever your category is, and then 3/5 would be dark, or whatever other category you're looking at. Okay, here's some recap questions so you can have a go at them. Okay, so first question. For a soccer team, the ratio of goals scored at home to goals scored away was 5:4. So that means goals scored at home, that would be the 5, and goals scored away, that would be the 4. So what does this mean? It means for every 5 goals we score at home, we'd score 4 away. The team has scored 45 goals, so altogether. How many were scored away? Okay, so first part, I want to look at a fraction, okay, the proportion of goals scored. How am I going to do that? Well, look at first off the ratio. Home to away is 5:4. Remember, I need to get my proportion or my probability. How do I get that? Well, I say, what's 5 plus 4? 9. So if I picked 9 goals, how many goals would I expect to be at home? Well, 5 out of the 9 would be at home. If I then looked at the away, how many would be away? Well, 4 out of 9 would be away. Okay, so how many goals were scored altogether? There was 45. So I have to get 5/9 of 45, which is 25. So that would be the home goals. And then 4/9 of 45, well, that would be the away goals, which is 20. So the answer is 20. That's how many goals were scored away. Anna and Billy share money between them in a ratio of 3:2. Anna received €39. How much money did Billy receive? So they both get money in the ratio 3:2. Then Anna received 39. So we're looking at Anna particularly. This is not everybody, this is Anna. So Anna received 39. How much money did Billy receive? So Anna to Billy is 3:2. Then we're looking at, okay, 3:2 is equal to 39 is to something. So this question's a bit different. This is how many goals were scored all together between the two of them. this question here, we're just looking at Anna, and then we're trying to find what Billy's is. So we're told the ratio of 3 is to 2. Now we're saying Anna has received 39. So 39 is to what is what we're looking for. We're looking for this x. Okay, so 3 became 39. So did I multiply? Did I divide? What did I do? Well, obviously I multiplied by 13. Yeah. 3 times 13 is 39. So I have to do the exact same thing to 2. So 2 times 13 is equal to x. So that's 26. So in terms of the question, what does this mean? It means Anna received €39. That means Billy must have received €26 if they're using this ratio of 3 is to 2.